Good morning from
just outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
We are finally off on our road trip to Costa Rica. This is our first stop. We are pumped to be back on the bus, and today's vlog is sponsored by Insta360. We're going to film the whole vlog on the Insta360 One X2.
And we wanted to come out to Boston for so long. I went to high school here. I went to boarding school like right outside of Boston, so it's going to be my first time showing Louis around, and this is just such a special place in the world for me. Also, it's literally the most beautiful day ever. It is sunny, it's 20 degrees Celsius, and we're just so grateful. So let's go.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
We found a very cheeky parking spot. We're probably not allowed to park here for long, but we need to go and buy some lunch. We haven't done our grocery shopping yet, so we're gonna go and find some food, come back here, cook it, and we're gonna explore Boston on my boosted board and the Super 73. You ready?
Yeah.
This is so fun. Bus is locked. Let's do this. Hopefully the bus isn't towed by the time we come back. Oh, I can't believe how amazing today is. Beautiful. We have arrived at grocery store. Masks on. What we get?
Avocados, fresh basil.
Nice.
I'm thinking avocado toast and salad.
Yeah. Okay, we're back on the bus. Raya is going to prepare some lunch, and then I think we should have a picnic on the roof since it's such a sunny day, and we're like overlooking the park.
Alright. Yeah, this view is incredible.
Wash my hands.
Since it's such a beautiful day, I thought we don't need anything warm necessarily because it's so warm out. So we're doing fresh salad and avocado toast and trying to make it as colorful as the trees are outside. I'm so excited to get to Milton. Yeah, I was just telling Louis, I haven't been there in like 8 years maybe. I went back to visit with one of my friends, actually Lily, who introduced me to Louis. A lot of you guys know her. We went about 8 years ago, but haven't been back since. And I just had my 10-year reunion, but it was online. It was supposed to be in person, but obviously we couldn't. So I'm just so excited to go back. I just have like the best memories ever at this.
Raya talks so much about it, and
Yeah.
I've never been there, so I'm really so excited to see such an important place to you.
Another secret ingredient. This, the VO Life feta, is the best vegan feta I've ever had. this is actually what fully turned me vegan, because feta cheese is the last thing I couldn't give up. I'm Bulgarian, it's such a big part of our culture. And then as soon as I tried this, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need it anymore. Can I use the toaster, or is that the strainer?
Well, this is a good test, actually. I'll keep an eye on the battery percentage as you're using this toaster. So, at the moment, let's just have a quick look. So it says we're at 94%, and it says the solar panels are pulling in. Yeah, check this. We just installed a new power system, 250 watts. Okay, and let's have a look.
The toaster is one of the biggest things that takes electricity. Does it say how much it's pulling?
Yeah, 600 watts.
Okay.
That's great. What the heck? We literally used to trip the fuse on the old electric system. Oh, I love it. City life is noisy, traffic and sirens, but it's nice that we've found this beautiful park and this spot. Hello. So this area at the front, this was covered with the old solar panels before. If you watched our last video, you'd have seen. And this has created so much more deck space for us to hang out on. And then eventually, I've got all the boards ready to cover up these hatches temporarily when we want to. We can just slot them in and then create a completely flat area if we want to do like yoga with all our friends and stuff. We're going to wash the dishes quickly and then we're going to head out and play in the park for a little bit. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, let's see if the water's heating up yet. We've had this issue the last couple of days where, because it's been so cold outside, our propane water heater hasn't been able to heat the water up enough. It's like only creating it, it's only making it like just above, like room temperature maybe. Oh, yes. Oh! Yeah!
We did it!
Yeah!
We did it! We are really bad. Really bad at this.
No, 5, that's great.
We're really bad at this. Louis trying to get really creative with the Insta360. What are you even doing?
I've got the longest selfie stick ever.
Yeah, definitely longest selfie stick.
What I'm trying to do is cut so it looks like we're going through the windscreen and into the bus. I think it's going to work. We just stopped off and got some matcha lattes with oat milk. I feel like sometimes I drink too much coffee, so this is a nice little break. We just saw a sign saying Boston founded in 1630 AD. That's way earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, we are, look at that squirrel looking right at us. Look at this, guys, wait, we're just about to start, look. We are about to leave the city of Boston and head a little bit further south to Milton, which is where Raya went to school.
Yeah, but we're not really gonna walk around until tomorrow when the sun's back out, so we're just gonna work the rest of the night and we'll catch you guys in the morning.
We slept well, we found some random parking lot to sleep in, and it's time for some breakfast. We just woke up. We normally try and park in places where we can go in and use the toilet and the facilities because our compost toilet isn't set up yet, again, since we moved back in. Anyway, I'm gonna make a coffee and a smoothie, that's my plan. So I'm gonna boil some water. This is basically my morning ritual. Every morning.
Morning.
Morning. Once we get down to Costa Rica, we want to grow as much of the things that we use in our smoothies as possible, so we're not having to buy plastic packeted stuff. And then we can freeze our own fruit. It's gonna be so good. Cheers. I'm sitting down to look at some of the footage and do some editing. I've opened up the Insta360 Studio app on the desktop. Also got the brand new MacBook. It's amazing. Obviously you can edit a lot of this footage just dragging clips straight onto your phone, but because I'm kind of making a 4K YouTube video, it's just easier to edit on here. This is something I've really enjoyed doing. I saw this idea on a YouTube video, but just trying really fun things you can't normally do with other cameras. So this is a kind of fake FPV drone shot that I tried to do. I really love this, like sweeping through the trees. It's like, I haven't quite got it, but you can play with the keyframes and kind of play with it to look like you're kind of flying. So yeah, I've really loved playing around with stuff like that, and yeah, cutting it all together, being really creative in the edit. So I'm really playing with the angles and changing things. Like you can do so many things with the same shot. But yeah, the one thing that I've been doing during this video is capturing audio separately. As you can hear, the mic in the camera, when you're in a quiet setting and there's not a lot of wind is fine. And I think if you're on a still day in a quiet area, I think it'd be fine to vlog on. But because we've been in a city, it's been super windy outside, I've been doing something where I've just got my phone and I've just been slipping it in my top pocket. And I've actually done this quite a few times, even vlogging on other cameras, just to try and capture audio closer to my mouth. I mean, I think you can sync a mic to this camera and you could have a lav mic if you really wanted. I saw some people online doing that, but this is just quick and easy for me, and then I can sync it in the edit afterwards quite easily. So there's a little tip, but you can hear the difference between the camera and the phone. This is the camera audio and this is the phone audio. So it's not crazy different, but like I said, when it's outside and there's lots of wind and noise, and especially if I've got it on a selfie stick far away, but we still want to talk, and it's like literally like 5 meters away, then you're not going to really hear us. So it's been really fun and I want to play more with this camera. I always forget how much I enjoy vlogging and getting cool B-roll shots with the Insta360 One X2. Right, let's head off.
Have been wanting to come here for, well, mainly I've been wanting to come here for like 8 years. This is my boarding school, my high school that I went to for 3 years, and some of the best years of my life, some of my best memories. And I've been telling Louis about it probably since the day we met. And I've been wanting to bring him here and show him around and yeah, just kind of like reminisce. And so we just pulled up, we just drove past the campus and I was already crying like as soon as we got close to it. I'm just so excited to show him around, and I honestly can't believe this worked out, but my roommate in high school, Kate at boarding school, who a lot of you know, Louis surprised me by flying her out to Spain for my birthday like 6 years ago or something. She happens to be in the area. Even though she lives in North Carolina, her and her husband happen to be in the area, so they're gonna come and meet us there, and so Kate and I can like be on campus together, probably I think together for the first time since we graduated in 2010.
Wow.
And to be able to show Louis and her husband around, and oh my god, it's gonna be incredible.
I'm so excited to get the tour. Okay,
I'm so excited.
Let's go. We're going to jump on the Super 73 and ride the bike around. Let's go, baby. I'm ready for winter. Oh my gosh, it's chilly. Let's do this! Are we going to do the whole tour by bike? Okay. I guess we can park up and lock it. Okay. So I'm going straight. Is this your dorm here?
Parked up the bike by the science building and we're just walking around campus right now, and it's exactly the same as when I left. It's crazy, like this feels like so many lifetimes ago, but I just have the best memories here.
It's so cool to put a place to all of the stories you've told me.
Yeah. There's so many like little corners I remember having like conversations there and like playing games, and on this quad right here, we call this the quad, like on this grass, as soon as it was nice out, we'd all be sitting outside and reading books and like doing our homework and playing cards, and then the dorms all around. My dorm is like over that way, but a lot of my friends live in these dorms and I would go over all the time. One of my boyfriends lives there.
So cool.
We've had the most amazing day. We met up with Kate, who was my roommate, and her husband Cole and their dog. Honestly, didn't really film that much. One, because I guess we realized it's a school and it's in session and there's kids everywhere, so we wanted to respect everyone's privacy. But then also, it was just really nice to be present and yeah, just get to catch up and reminisce. I also am wearing my new sweatshirt that I just bought. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly talk about like why Milton was so important to me, and obviously I've talked to Louis about it so much that he was like excited to finally get to see it. But so for me, I moved to the US when I was 10, and when I was 14 I went to Milton. So you have to apply to the school. It's like a really, it's hard to get into, and it's one of the best schools in the country. So for me, coming from not speaking any English at 10 years old, and 4 years later, I got into one of the top schools in the country, and that's to this day still one of the proudest moments of my life. Just knowing, like, I studied so hard and I worked so hard. You have to take a test to be able to be accepted and stuff. So I think just knowing that I worked so hard, and within a few years of moving to a new country and not speaking a word of English, getting to go to the school, it was really special. And then after that, I got to spend 3 years going to boarding school, like living with my best friends from the age of 14 to 17, which is pretty much the exact age where you don't really want to be living at home with your parents, and maybe you're like fighting with your parents or whatever. But I got to live with 40 other girls and do life together. Like, we always talk about community, and that's what it was, you know. There was someone crying in the bathroom because her parents were getting divorced, and we were there. We were there for the first boyfriends and first heartbreaks and everything. So yeah, it was just such a special time. And this is Kate and I to be back on campus together. The last time we went back together was, I think, within a year of us graduating. So in the last decade, we hadn't been back there together. So just to be there and to, just remember some of the memories was really special.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see a little window into your life and see, like, what you had experienced during that time, and to hear the stories. And we were like looking at some photos of back then. So it was just so special to be able to stop through, and like you said, we've talked about it for years. So
I'd love to know, a lot of people are surprised that I went to boarding school and that I loved it. So I'd love to know, like, have any of you guys been to boarding school? Or if not, what are your, I guess, like, preconceived notions of boarding school? A lot of people think it's like, ooh, you did something wrong, you got sent to boarding school, like it's a punishment type of thing. And maybe there are schools like that as well, but for this school, it was like, for me, I mean, it's some of the best years of my life. So yeah.
And it was probably good that it was mixed, because I got a lot of friends who went to boarding school that were like single sex, and I really feel like it stifled their social skills personally.
Yeah, it was honestly a very liberal school. We didn't have uniforms, and there obviously, like, our dorms were girls' dorms and boys' dorms, but besides that, like, the people were coming out at morning assembly, and everyone was like celebrating everyone's individuality, and it was a really special place.
Amazing. So we are continuing our trip. What we've realised is New England and this northeast region of the States is very cold right now, as is a lot of the northern hemisphere. Yeah. But it's winter. But we want to try and find warmer climates. So we're going to be heading south down the east coast, most probably.
Well, that was always the plan, but I think it's now a little bit more urgent. So we're trying to figure out, like, what's the quickest way that we can get somewhere warm.
And the heater is working kind of right now today. It kind of broke for a little bit. Maybe I can fix it, but it's very, very dry air. So when we're pumping hot air into our room all night, we haven't been sleeping great. So the dream is we don't need to pump the heater all night. And I think in order to do that, we just need to get further south. So I think over the next week, we're just going to be heading south.
If any of you live along the East Coast, especially if you have land where we could park the bus, maybe come visit you, maybe leave the bus for a couple days or something, let us know. That would be very helpful. Yeah, comment below if there is somewhere we could stay. That'd be great. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this has been a different kind of fun vlog. Hopefully you've enjoyed the Insta360 1x2 footage, all the fun, crazy angles and B-roll. And I just enjoyed trying some different things out, attaching on the front of the bus, on the roof, doing like fun sweepy angles with my selfie stick. So we'll definitely be incorporating a lot more just in all of our upcoming vlogs. So when you see a crazy angle or something, you'll know it was filmed on this camera.
And if you're interested in getting a 1x2, there's a Black Friday deal. I've linked it in the description. It's a 10% off and a free selfie stick. So go and check it out.
And this would make a really good Christmas gift too. So
it really would. Cool. So if you're not subscribed, please do. Thank you so much for helping us hit 100,000 subscribers. And we'll see you in the next vlog.
See you soon.
Bye.
Boop.